and gentlemen, from the Shrine Auditorium Expo Hall here in Los Angeles, California, Premier Boxing Champions presents the featured bout of the evening, brought to you by TGB Promotions and Sweet Hands Promotions in association with Warriors Boxing and sponsored by Geico. This bout is sanctioned by the IBF, the President, Daryl Peoples. Introducing our three judges, scoring from ringside, we have Max DeLuca, Dr. Lou Moret, and Zachary Young. All right, fans, here we go. 12 rounds of boxing for the IBF Super Middleweight Championship of the World. And now, ladies and gentlemen, boxing fans joining us around the world, live from Los Angeles, it's time for the main event of the evening. Introducing to you first on my left, the challenger, fighting out of the red corner, wearing maroon trunks with gold trim, hailing from Osseo, Minnesota. He weighed in at 167 3/4 pounds. His record stands at 31 wins, 4 losses, and 2 draws, with 19 wins coming by way of knockout. Tonight, looking to regain his title, here is the current top-rated contender and the former IBF Super Middleweight Champion of the World, Caleb Truax. And his opponent across the ring, the defending world champion, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing black trunks with pink and yellow trim, fighting out of Las Vegas, Nevada, by way of his home, Nashville, Tennessee. He weighed in at a ready 167 1/2 pounds. He is undefeated in his campaign in the ring with a record of 20 wins, no losses, 12 wins coming by way of knockout. Tonight, making the third defense of his title, here is the undefeated, reigning and defending IBF Super Middleweight Champion of the World, introducing Sweet Hands, Caleb Plant. And the referee in charge now to give instructions, Jerry Cantu.
2 seconds. Mouthpiece. Mouthpiece. Gentlemen, you are given your instructions in the dressing room. This is for the IBF World title. I expect a good, clean, hard fight, and you will obey my commands at all times. Touch them up. Good luck to both of you.
Well, we've learned that already tonight, Sean Porter. Jerry Cantu will take command in the ring. You better listen to him. By the way, tonight's odds provided by Fox Bet. If you place $100 on the favorite, Caleb Plant, you would win $4 for a payout of $104. $100 on Caleb Truax, you win $1,000 with a payout of $1,100. So Caleb Plant is a huge favorite in this fight, and for good reason. But Caleb Truax will try to do what he can. And I know, Sean, you thought that Truax maybe his best chances early, or do you think otherwise?
No, he's got to find moments. In order to win this fight, he's got to find moments to put some pressure on Caleb Plant. Easier said than done.
Right. He said he'll use his determination and he'll use his experience, and knows that, hey, at times Caleb Plant will fade. At times. But I don't know if that's going to be early. Round 1 underway. Caleb Plant in the black with the fringe, and Caleb Truax in the gold and the red trunks out of Minnesota. And he was just running in Minnesota, 3 degrees only several days ago before flying into LA.
2 good body shots to the by Caleb Plant. Early and often, that's what I always say about going to the body.
Caleb Plant, again, a multi-dimensional fighter. Again, he can fight with speed. He takes pride in his hand speed, but he will also plant, so to speak, and throw hard shots. He says he can go off the front foot, the back foot, tries with the hook there, springs in, and you can see how fast those hands are, right hand to the body as well.
Very fast. And I like what you said when he was coming to the ring. He's a thinking man in the ring, and that's a guy who can think and also has the ability to see it all and do it all. That's a hard guy to fight against.
Well, it's a cliche, Sean, but he is a student of the game. We were talking about that with Michael Coffey. That's a good hook from Plant, but he is a student of the game, and you can see the improvements.
Yeah, he very much so is a student of the game, so much that he'll know everything about his opponent, where his opponent lives, the exact address, how many people live in that house, and what car that opponent drives. You know, he really is a thinker and a student of the game. I know him personally, you know, so no surprise to see him in the middle of the ring right now and controlling everything at this point in the fight.
Sounds like he's like bound for a Liam Neeson flick or something.
No, like for real. Like I said that. I said, yo, he's kind of like a taking kind of guy, huh?
I don't know, CIA or something like that. You see, he's able to land the jab and then a right to the body, so he's already showed a little creativity in his arsenal. There it is again, a little jab, and then throwing that right hand. Now a left hand throws that hook into the body on Truax.
And Caleb Truax, if anything, being defensive but also being patient. I think that's going to work to his advantage. If you rush against a guy like Caleb Plant, you're going to walk into something.
Strong combinations there from Plant, already landing 10 punches. Truax tries the hook to the body. Again, Truax is 37 years old. What was so impressive about his win over DeGale was his consistency. He is very athletic, former baseball player, football player, turned boxer a little late, but very athletic and very game.
Got to be consistent. I like that word. If you're Caleb Truax tonight, be consistent. If you're defensive, be defensive. Be consistent with that. Don't get touched and give Caleb Plant more confidence than he already has. And the same thing offensively. When it's time to go and get that offensive attack off and be consistent with it.
Stumble there from Plant as he backed up. Final 10 seconds of what was a quick round one. That went quickly.
I'm not mad at it.
Just a lot of tension here. Hook doubling up on the hook, and Plant tries a right hand. Tonight's corner cam is sponsored by Liberty Mutual Insurance. Only pay for what...
Right here's a replay of this is a quick left hook from the outside, and that's one of Caleb's weapons right there. He's gonna find that quick hook, almost like a Roy Jones. It's really quick and fast, and it's from the outside. Most guys don't see punches like that coming.
And when you throw a jab, normally before you throw a hook, and then you come up with that, right, Sean? That's when it can land.
Exactly.
Good right hand as well from Caleb Plant. Justin Gamber in the corner, Sean, I think looked like he had it kind of figured out. Like you're too fast for this guy, right?
Yeah, I mean, and that's what you're supposed to tell Caleb Plant. Even if you only, you didn't land as much as you normally would, you give him the confidence. Hey, you are fast. Keep using your hands and keep working those combinations. They're gonna work.
He just snapped Caleb Truax's head back with that jab. That's like a classic winky right jab snap, and able to pick up the head. So all sorts of good work early on here from Caleb Plant, and we're only in round number 2.
Right here's the moment that I was talking about for Caleb Truax. Don't relax right there. Take advantage right there.
Yeah, the moment when there's a little lull in energy, just even a slight ebb.
That you get close to him, you corner him against the ropes like that. Boom, take advantage. Those are going to be the moments for Caleb Truax in this fight.
Brian Kenny and Sean Porter here, again, calling our main event. Sean, we've gotten so used to this. You've already fought in these conditions, but there are no fans here. And Caleb Plant hasn't dealt with this. Again, his last fight was Nashville, his hometown. It was jam-packed. How different is that for him, if at all?
It's funny because you got nothing but your corner telling you that you're doing things right, and most corners aren't really speaking up too much during the course of the fight. So you got nothing. When you land a good punch, it's all up to you to recognize that punch that you landed. There's no crowd to give you anything, so there's no energy here. All the energy comes from the inside.
Right. It's funny. We've called so many fights, Sean, including yours back in August, where, there's a big topic of conversation. We've gotten past that. But for the fighter, he hasn't. When they went to the corner, I thought, wow, it's quiet. Yeah, he must have felt that too.
You were here when I fought, right?
No, I was here.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You were here in the stadium, and you're big leaguing everybody now and doing it remotely, and somehow you still know what it feels like to be here, which is crazy.
Back and forth. The COVID regulations.
You see all the thumbs up going up and everything. I don't know how you're doing this, turning this off, but I like it.
More focused, right? Compartmentalizing like Michael Coffey. Your final 30 seconds of round number 2. And Caleb Truax able to have just a little bit of more success here the second round, but a good repertoire being shown by Plant in this fight.
Absolutely, and he as well being very patient through the course of now 2 rounds and picking his punches very carefully.
Plant outlanding Truax by a wide margin, even though Truax able to block some of these shots. But there's a hook that landed from Plant. Final seconds. Good work by the champ.
Yeah. I do like that punch, though. I'm not going to lie.
Round number 3, IBF Super Middleweight Championship, Caleb Plant, Caleb Truax. Plant in the black trunks right there, outlanding Truax 31-7. Truax, again, the big opportunity here. He's still ranked in the top 10 in the Ring Magazine ratings, ESPN rankings. Again, held this title 3 years ago. Again, has not fought since June of early 2020. Got a majority decision against a 41-year-old opponent. So this, a big shot out of nowhere, doing this on name value. And getting a chance against Caleb Plant, who, Sean, as I mentioned, seems to be peaking. I mean, look at him doubling up, tripling up on that jab.
He is. He's peaking. He's a very mentally focused fighter, and it's very, very hard to find guys like that at this point in their careers. And that's what keeps him going. Is he's focused. He's got a mission, and it's almost like he hasn't lost sight of that mission at all. And you need so much when you're going up against a guy like Caleb Plant. You need a good jab of your own, if not great. You need fast feet, fast hands. You need a whole lot. And I'm not sure, not only 3 rounds in, but I'm not sure if Caleb Truax has anything at all for him. But I'm hoping that Caleb Truax will flip a switch and start, pressuring Caleb Plant the way I expected him to.
He's going to have to do something here. And Sean, you bring up a point as I'm looking at Plant, and there's a hook to the body and then to the head and a right hand to the body as well by Plant. There's a mental pressure that Plant puts on you. He's never far away from you, always thinking and always menacing, even when he's not throwing.
Yep, you're true. That's very true. And then even right there, how can you be this close to Caleb Plant and not hit him? It really does take something out of you when you can't hit a guy.
And look to the left of the screen here as we're watching live action on the right, but you'll see Plant able to land and really just snapping jab, doubling up, and then that was a quick right hand too. He changed the pace on that, didn't he, Sean?
Yep. He's got fast hands. What does he call them? Sweet hands? I'm not crazy about the nickname, but it fits him because he really has great hands, and when he lets them go, there's no telling what's going to happen.
We joked about Jerry Cantu. If you were watching earlier, Jerry Cantu said, listen to my commands. He took 2 points away from a fighter for an illegal shot earlier. So Jerry will take control, although he's been able to slide out of the action so far in the main event. No.
Let's not get it mistaken. Jerry Cantu is a great ref. He just felt like he needed to take control in that fight that we saw earlier. And I personally think like he overdid it a little bit. But
what I'm saying is when he says listen to my commands now, I'm a little more apt to listen.
Yeah.
Jerry, I hear you.
Absolutely.
Take it easy. There's round 3.